Hey everybody, it's me, Audio Bible Lady. I'm glad to be back here today with you. We are kicking off back into Genesis in chapter 6, and we're going to start talking about Noah and what's going on here in the world that suddenly, what? God sent a flood? What is going on? That water coming from the sky? They had never heard of rain yet. So we're going to hear some interesting stuff today in the next few chapters about how things progressed in the creation story and in the lives of the people once sin had entered the world. All right, I'm going to just jump right in. There are going to be a lot of weird things in this chapter 6. Bear with me. I will put my little 2 cents in here or there. That doesn't mean that it's rock and that it's solid, that it's accurate. I honestly don't know. There are a lot of things in God's Word that I don't know the answers to. And that's why we need to constantly be reading His Word and studying it and asking Him to reveal to us truth and show us who He is through what He said in these pages. So, done rambling. It says, Then the people began to multiply on the earth, and daughters were born to them. The sons of God saw the beautiful women and took any they wanted as their wives. Then the Lord said, My spirit will not put up with humans for such a long time, for they are only mortal flesh. In the future, their normal lifespan will be no more than 120 years. So, what I'm getting out of this is, I think He already knows what's about to happen with the flood. And we can say that with confidence because nothing surprises God. I don't believe that He's disappointed in anything. I don't believe that anything takes Him off guard or shakes Him up. He just doesn't happen. He's God. But we saw in the last chapter, as we read through all of those people and who they were, and we learned about Enoch, how he got caught up to heaven because he walked in good fellowship with the Lord, right? So, but we saw in them that their lifespans were really, really long. They were having kids at 300 years old and living to 800 and 900 years old. Well, here God's saying enough. It looks like they were marrying poorly or wrongly. I don't know if that means like sons of Cain were marrying daughters of Seth or vice versa. I'm not sure exactly what that means. But there are a lot of views on that, whether, they were having relations with angels or they were having relations with God-fearing people versus non-God-fearing people. It doesn't quite specify here. So we're just going to say that they were doing stuff that displeased the Lord. And so He cut their lifespan short. He cut it down to 120 years. That was the amount of time that He decided was appropriate for them to live. It says, In those days, and for some time after, giant Nephilites lived on the earth. For whenever the sons of God had intercourse with women, they gave birth to children who became the heroes and famous warriors of ancient times. Another one, Nephilim. These giant people, as we read later in Numbers 13:13, when I believe it's Caleb and Joshua, they're going into Canaan to check it out, and they said, oh my goodness, there are these Nephilim there. We look like grasshoppers to them. That's what it says in Numbers 13:13. Check it out. It gives this description of like, we look like little grasshoppers, and they're like these huge warrior things, and it becomes evident. We'll find out later down the road when we read about Joshua, but it becomes evident this is going to be something that the Lord has to do for them. So great mighty people, warriors, tough, Nephilim. The Lord observed the extent of human wickedness on the earth, and He saw that everything they thought or imagined was consistently and totally evil. They were bad to the bone, nothing good, nothing that pleased Him were they doing. So the Lord was sorry He had ever made them and put them on the earth. It broke His heart. And the Lord said, I will wipe this human race I have created from the face of the earth. Yes, and I will destroy every living thing, all the people, the large animals, the small animals that scurry along the ground, and even the birds of the sky. I am sorry I ever made them. Oh, wow, right? So here's my little toddler. Woo! Hi, buddy. So first we read earlier, just like a few chapters ago, right? We're reading about how He made this, He made that, and He saw that it was good, it pleased Him. Now He's saying, only in chapter 6, I'm not pleased with anything. It's all made me miserable. My heart is broken over these people. And so I'm going to wipe it all away. It says, but Noah found favor with the Lord. How awesome. So there is one on this earth at that time that found favor in the eyes of the Lord, and this is Noah. This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, the only blameless person living on the earth at the time. And he walked in close fellowship with God. Again, another that's walking in close fellowship with God, like Enoch, who we saw was caught up. Noah was the father of 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now God saw that the earth had become corrupt and was filled with violence. God observed all this corruption in the world, for everyone on earth was corrupt. So God said to Noah, I have decided to destroy all living creatures, for they have filled the earth with violence. Yes, I will wipe them all out, along with the earth. So he's telling Noah right now, I'm wiping it all out. It's done. I'm getting rid of the animals. I'm getting rid of the ground and the trees and everything in it and the people. I'm doing away with it all. They're all wicked. They're all evil. They have no heart for the Lord. Build a large boat from cypress wood and waterproof it with tar, inside and out. Then construct decks and stalls throughout its interior. Make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inch opening below the roof all the way around the boat. Put the door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat, lower, middle, and upper. Look, I am about to cover the earth with a flood that will destroy every living thing that breathes. Everything on earth will die, but I will confirm my covenant with you. So enter the boat, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring a pair of every kind of animal, a male and a female, into the boat with you to keep them alive during the flood. Pairs of every kind of bird, every kind of animal, every kind of small animal that scurries along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. And to be sure to take on board enough food for your family and for all the animals. So Noah did everything exactly as the Lord commanded him to. How awesome is that? So God is saying, here's what I'm going to do. I found one that is still in good standing, one that I have favor for, and I'm going to spare him and his family, and I'm going to send to him. He's sending these animals to him in pairs, one male, one female. I'm going to send these to you to spare, and we're going to just start all over again. We're going to start anew. What a typology already even of later when we see how Jesus comes and he starts things anew. He makes things all new. I'm not going to get ahead of myself because we're going to hit the Gospels up soon. Tomorrow we'll kick into chapter 7. I hope you come and join me because I want to see with you what happens once he builds this boat and the water comes upon the earth. Love ya. Bye.